It's a nice morning. We meet for a session of leadership and management. So we are continuing with the third and last part of the introduction of leadership and management, whereby I will be talking about the levels of management, starting with the levels of management. So previously we talked about some of the other areas which you can check on my previous videos. So today we are starting with the levels of management. So for when we talk about this aspect of the levels of management, remember that in an organization, not everybody is at the same level. We have the CEOs, we have the department heads, and we have the supervisors. So these guys are not on the same level in the organization. So they are in different levels. So we have the top level, middle level, and the first line. So when we talk about the levels of management and the managerial skills, so for now, I will be starting with the levels of management. Then once I'm done with the levels of management, I do managerial skills. So when we talk about the levels of management, I always say that it's all about the extent to which managers perform their functions of management. So that is, remember that we have various functions of management, not even various, there are 5. That is planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So remember that managers perform these functions to certain level in the management hierarchy. So in many large organizations, managers can be divided and ranked from top to bottom, or from bottom to top, as they can call it sometimes the bottom up. So the bottom to top, or top to bottom. So you can see there is a diagram I've interpreted talking about who guys can be in the top, who can be in the middle, and who can be in the first line. So when we talk about the first line, under the first line, we have the operation managers at the lowest level of the hierarchy, who are directly responsible for the work of operating. That is, they often have titles that include the word supervisors. So they are at the lowest level of the hierarchy, and they are directly responsible for the work in the organization. That is the first line, level. Then we have the tactical managers. So located beneath the top level. So they are beneath the top level of the hierarchy, who are directly responsible for the work of managers at the lower level. So titles include managers, directors, or chief, department head, and the division head. Then we have the strategic managers. So who are ultimately responsible for the entire organization. So typical title include the CEO, the CFO, the president, executives, the vice president, the executive director, senior vice president, so and other names may be. So they are usually ultimately responsible for the entire organization. So you have known that we have top level managers, middle level managers, and the first line. So this one is based on the work they perform, the functions of management, the extent to which they perform the planning, organizing, directing, and the controlling function. Then now, this is what I've already interpreted, the lower or line management level. So these are the managers treated at the lowest level of managerial hierarchy. So they supervise directly the activities of the subordinates. So the managers in this level have to maintain standards of quality of the product service and assign duties to the workers as per plan and the schedules given by the top and middle level managers. Because now remember that they are the one who are down there, they are at the lower level. So they are the one who are supposed to maintain standards of quality of the products or services and assign duties, and they assign duties to the workers as per the plan and the schedules given by the top and the middle level management. So they are also responsible for maintaining respect, discipline among themselves, and increase the spirit of work among the workers. So they may be titled as supervisors or foremen or office managers within a department or work unit in the organization. Then we talk about middle management level. So the functional managers. So they are responsible for various functional units in the organization, e.g. the marketing or finance, responsible for various functional units. So they have supervisory responsibility for line managers and non-managerial staffs in the organization. So more importantly, they are responsible for implementing the plans and policies of the organization by focusing on coordination of tasks at the functional level in order to achieve the organization goals. So we have talked about them already, the middle. So they are responsible for various functional units. So right now, marketing, finance. So responsible for, so they have a supervisory responsibility for line managers and non-managerial staff in the organization. Remember that in every department right now, if it's accounting, you have your own head. So the departmental head. So that departmental head lies in the middle level management. So the middle management level. And the top or upper level management, so they are responsible for the overall performance of the organization. So they engage extensively in the formulation of policies and the strategies. So right now in Kenya, we have the president falls under this top level management. So they are the one who have the aspect of formulation of policies and strategies for the betterment of the organization. So they must provide leadership, evaluate, and shape the methods of organizing and controlling the direction of organization is moving, an effort to accomplish goals. Obviously, the CEOs and the managing directors, they make sure that the organization is moving on the correct direction. So they are on the top. They have to formulate policies and strategies for the success of the organization. So that is all about the levels of management. So you need to know what about the lower. So the main thing you have to mention under the lower is all about these are the managers in the level who have the work of maintaining standards and quality of product and assign duties to the workers. They assign duties to the workers as per the plans and schedules. Then when you come to middle management level, so they have supervisory responsibility. So they are responsible for various functional units. They are responsible for the various functional units. So the next thing is all about managerial skills. So we talk about managerial skills. So for the managerial skills, we have the technical skills, we have the human skills, that is interpersonal skills, we have the conceptual skills, and we have the diagnostic skills. Then we have design skills. Then once I'm done with the skills, our last part for the introduction to management, we'll be talking about the importance to management. So let us at least go through these managerial skills. So starting with technical skills. Starting with technical skills. When I mention about technical skills, so these are about the technical knowledge and proficiency in activities. So it relates to individual expertise to perform a related task effectively. Like now, let's say you are an accountant. For you to perform your work effectively in the office setting, you need to have some technical knowledge and proficiency in the accounting activities you are assigned to do. Like now you need to know on how to operate the relevant systems, accounting systems, and the QuickBooks, the Sage, the Excel. So it matters with the organization, which system the organization will be using. Do you know at least how to use Excel? Some of the reports might be required to be generated by the use of Excel. So that technical knowledge and proficiency in activities involving methods, process, and procedure. So it's acquired through education, training, and experience. So it's more important in a supervisory and line management level. So what about human skills or interpersonal skills? So remember that other than what you acquire from class, other than the formal education, is that interpersonal skills which a person is supposed to have. So this is the managerial ability to build cooperative environment within the team he leads. So the manager must make sure that this principle of esprit de corps is applicable in the organization. So it involves the ability to work with and motivate and direct individuals or groups in an organization, whether they are subordinates, peers, or superiors. So human relation skills necessary for management are, so what are some of the human skills? What are some of the human skills required? So effective communication, creation of a positive attitude towards others and the work setting, development of cooperations within group members. We have a motivation of subordinates. So they are developed through understanding of group stroke human behavior. So those are all about the human relation skills. So then conception, as a manager, are you able to understand the degree of complexity in a given situation? Let's say there's an issue which has arisen in an organization. Are you able to understand the difficulty of this issue? How complex is this issue? So you have to have, as a manager, the ability to understand the degree of complexity in a given situation. So it requires the understanding of how an event is influenced by and influences other factors. So situations which require conceptual skills include those dealing with government, registration affecting the hiring patterns in the organization, changing their strategies on the reorganization of one department with ultimately affect the activities of other departments in the organization. So those are some of the situations which require conceptual skills. So which requires the manager to understand their complexity on how to deal with the government, on how to deal with some rules affecting the hiring patterns in the organizations, on how to deal with competition. Are you capable of understanding on how to deal with competition? Changing their strategies on the reorganizations of one department ultimately affects the activities of the other departments in the organization. So I think you have understood what is conceptual skills. What are some of the conceptual skills required for a manager? The one which are required for a manager. Then we have a diagnostic skills. So these are skills used to understand and define situations. So the most important, they are most important at the top level. So skills used to understand and define situations. Moderately important in the middle and the least important at the bottom. So because now the guys who are supposed to define what is supposed to be done, to give direction, what is supposed to be done are the top level guys. So that's why it's most important in the top level management. Like now with the CEOs and the CFOs are supposed to have this skill, the diagnostic, the skill to understand and define situations. So we have design skill. So this is the ability to solve problems in a way that will benefit the organization. Obvious managers are supposed to make sure that they work for the best interest of the organization. So they have to have the ability to solve problems in a way that will benefit their organization. So to be effective, particularly at the upper level management, managers must be able to do more than sense a problem through their conceptual skills. So anyway, in simple terms, ability to solve. So they have to have the skills to solve problems in a way that benefits the organization. So that skill is very important. That skill is very important. So when you are asking about the skills, those are some of the skills you mentioned: technical, human skills, conceptual skills, diagnostic skills. Let's talk about the last part of the introduction, that is the importance. So the first importance of management is encourages initiative. So remember that management encourages initiative. Initiative means to do the right thing at the right time without being told or influenced by the superiors. Without So I'm talking about the importance of management. So I have started with the aspect of encouraging initiative. So whereby we have said the initiative is all about doing the right thing at the right time without being told or influenced by the superiors. So employees should be encouraged to make their own plans and also to implement these plans. So the initiative gives satisfaction to employees and success to the organization. It encourages innovation. Innovation is all about bringing new ideas, new technology, new methods, new products, new service. So management sees it encourages innovation. Once new things have been brought into place, remember that there will be obvious success in the organization. Another thing is all about makes optimum, so facilitates growth and expansion. So facilitates growth. So management facilitates growth. So management makes optimum use of the available resources. So once remember that resources have been utilized well, obvious there will be growth and expansion because it will be reducing wastage and increases efficiency. Improves rise of workers. So management shares some of its profits with the workers. It provides the workers with good working environment and conditions. Obvious, for good management in place, obvious there must be improvement in the life of the workers, because now the working environment will be much better for the workers. Improves corporate image, the way the organizations will be perceived, that is. So if the management is good, then organization will produce good quality and good products and services. So this will improve the goodwill and the corporate image of the organization. So this motivates employees. So this is through the provision of better financial and non-financial initiatives. So the initiatives increase the willingness and the efficiency of the employees. So this will result in boosting productivity and the profitability. Then optimum use of resources. So management brings together the available resources. Remember that it makes optimum use of resources. Reduce wastage. That is another good importance of management. Then we have improves the relations. So between individuals, groups, and departments. So better relations lead to better teamwork. Better teamwork brings success to the organization and reduces absenteeism and labor turnover. So absenteeism means employees absent without permissions. Labor turnover means the employees leave the organization. So labor absenteeism and turnover increases the cost and causes many problems in the smooth functioning of the organization. So management uses different techniques and reduces absenteeism and labor turnover in the organization. Then the last importance is that it encourages teamwork. So management encourages employees to work as a team. Management encourages employees to work as a team. It develops a team spirit in the organization. So this unity brings success to the organization. This unity brings success to the organization. And that marks the end of the first topic to leadership and management. I have done 3 videos so far. The first video is in YouTube, the second the same, and this is the third video, which you can be able to get in YouTube. So you can be able to subscribe to my online classes if you can be willing to join. Other than leadership and management, you know that I do advanced financial reporting and financial reporting. So you are encouraged to join so that you can prepare for the coming exams. And remember to go through all the videos I'm trying to do because they are of importance for your success in the coming exams. So have a nice time, and never forget to share these videos to your friends. And at the same time, once you have watched, remember to subscribe so that at least coming by next year, we can be able to get a target of around 5,000 subscribers. Have a good day, and thank you for your time. Let us meet on our next video that is concerning the second topic of leadership and management. So let us meet on the next video, which will be covering topic 2. Have a nice day.